My girlfriend confessed to cheating. I needed someone stronger, she sneered. My friends backed her up. I just smiled, grabbed my keys, and walked out. By morning, my phone was flooded with 32 missed calls. Looking back, the signs were obvious, like puzzle pieces scattered across the past few months of our relationship. But after 3 years together, you tend to trust someone too much. That's what I kept telling myself anyway. It started with little things. Sarah started staying late at work more often, which wasn't odd during peak seasons. Then came the unfamiliar scent of perfume, new outfits I didn't recognize in our wardrobe, and her phone suddenly becoming untouchable, always within her reach. I'm not the suspicious type, never was. But something felt wrong. The way she'd flinch when I tried to wrap my arms around her while she was texting. The way she'd step outside to take work calls. The frequent girls' nights with names I'd never heard before. Last Tuesday, I was sorting laundry when her phone lit up on the living room table. A text preview from someone named Ryan flashed. Can't stop thinking about you. Last night was... The rest was hidden, but my gut twisted. I didn't want to be the guy who checks his girlfriend's phone, but the signs were screaming at me. That night, when she got home, I confronted her. She was in the kitchen, blending a smoothie like everything was fine. The hum of the blender filled our apartment as I stood in the doorway, watching her. "Who's Ryan?" I asked when she turned it off. Her body stiffened instantly. Then, to my surprise, she smirked. Not her usual warm smile, but something sharp and smug. "Took you long enough to notice, Ethan?" she said, sipping her drink. "Ryan's my boss. And yes, I've been sleeping with him for 2 months." Her tone was so casual it felt like a punch. No remorse, no hesitation, just arrogance. "I needed a real man," she went on, smirking wider. "Someone who takes charge and knows what he wants, not someone wasting weekends gaming with Lucas or watching dumb movies." I stood there, absorbing her words. 3 years together, and this was how she viewed me. Beneath the shock, a strange calm settled in. Not rage, but clarity. "Does Mia know?" I asked, thinking of the friend who introduced us. "Oh, she's known for weeks," Sarah laughed. "Most of our friends do. They get it. Ryan can offer a real future, not just empty promises and excuses." That stung more than the cheating itself. These people we'd shared birthdays, holidays, and countless dinners with. They'd all known, probably whispering behind my back. I pulled out my phone and texted our group chat with Lucas and Mia. "You all knew about this?" Lucas replied fast. "Man, you're solid, but Sarah deserves someone more accomplished. Don't take it personally." Mia added, "We didn't want to upset you, but maybe this is the push you need." I looked up to see Sarah watching me, that smirk still plastered on her face. She was waiting for me to lose it, to give her the dramatic outburst she could spin into a story later, poor, childish Ethan falling apart. Instead, I smiled. A real, calm smile that seemed to throw her off. Without a word, I walked to our bedroom, grabbed my duffel bag, always packed for weekend trips, snagged my laptop and keys, and headed out. As I passed the kitchen, Sarah's smirk wavered. "Where are you going?" she demanded. "Out," I said simply. "And Sarah, keep the apartment. I'm sure Ryan can cover the rent." I heard her start to speak as I shut the door, but I didn't wait to hear it. My phone buzzed with messages, likely from our so-called friends trying to justify themselves. I drove off, turned my phone off, and felt something unexpected. Relief. Sometimes losing everything reveals what you never truly had. I've been crashing at a modest motel on the edge of town. It's not fancy, but it's clean, and the owner, a kind older guy named Tom, has been great. He even cut $20 off the weekly rate after hearing my story. I powered my phone back on after 2 days of silence. 32 missed calls, 47 texts, mostly from Sarah, some from Lucas and Mia, and a few from unknown numbers. But what really stood out was the flood of social media notifications. Sarah had been busy. Her Instagram stories painted a twisted picture. I was a possessive, jealous boyfriend who controlled her every move. She claimed I'd emotionally manipulated her for years, isolated her from friends, and threw a violent fit when she finally stood up for herself. Each post had hundreds of sympathetic comments, including from people I considered friends. The highlight? A tearful video where she accused me of financially abusing her by forcing her to split bills 50-50 while I hoarded my money. Ironic since she earned more than me and insisted on that split herself. Then came a text from Emma, a co-worker I've known for years. "Check your email. Something's circulating at work about you." Sure enough, there was a company-wide email about maintaining a safe workplace, with a subtle jab at recent troubling behaviors from certain employees. No names, but the timing was obvious. I should have been furious. Maybe I should have fought back, shared my side online. Instead, I felt intrigued. How far would she push this? Pretty far, it turns out. Yesterday, I stopped by our usual coffee shop, thinking it was a safe spot since Sarah never liked their coffee. Wrong. The barista, who'd always been friendly, shot me a look like I was dirt. Later, I learned Sarah had become a regular there, spreading her survivor story to anyone who'd listen. But then things got interesting. While picking up stuff from my storage unit, I ran into Lily, Sarah's so-called best friend. She looked nervous, scanning the area like she was scared to be seen with me. "You need to watch out," she whispered. "Ryan isn't just her boss. His wife, she's powerful, connected, and Sarah's been telling her you're unhinged, maybe even dangerous." "Why tell me this?" I asked. Lily's eyes flickered nervously. "Because this isn't new. Before you, there was another guy at work. Sarah and Ryan did the same thing to him. He left town. That conversation flipped a switch. I spent the night digging, court records, social media, anything I could find. Sure enough, the other guy, Nathan, was real. He vanished from online platforms around the time Sarah joined the company. This morning, my landlord called. Sarah tried to take my name off the lease, claiming I'd abandoned the place. When that failed, she told him I'd been threatening her. He warned me because his cousin had been through something similar. But the real bombshell? A message request on Instagram from an unknown account. The profile showed a polished woman in her 40s, dripping with expensive jewelry. The message read, "We should discuss my husband and your girlfriend. Coffee tomorrow? Signed, Mrs. Ryan. I'm meeting her in an hour." Something tells me Sarah's stronger man narrative is about to unravel. The strange thing is, watching Sarah weave this web of lies, seeing our friends take her side based on nothing but her words, it's freeing. Every cruel post, every fake sob, every twisted story just proves I'm not losing anything worth holding on to. The last 2 weeks have been intense. That coffee meeting with Mrs. Ryan? A turning point. She'd been collecting evidence for months, not just about Sarah and her husband, but about a pattern of behavior at the company. Lily mentioned the guy who left town. He wasn't the only one. Mrs. Ryan had records of at least 3 similar cases over the past 5 years. Young employees getting involved with her husband, then helping to push out anyone who might expose them. But this time, Mrs. Ryan wasn't staying silent. She had texts, emails, expense reports, even parking garage security footage. She just needed one thing: public exposure. That's where the company's annual gala came in. I hadn't planned to go. Why would I? But Mrs. Ryan had a plan. "Sometimes," she said, "the best way to win is to let people reveal themselves." The gala was at a swanky downtown hotel. I showed up late, dressed sharper than I ever had for these events. The looks I got? Priceless. Sarah nearly spilled her wine. Ryan's face went from flushed to pale in seconds. But here's the best part. I didn't have to do anything. Mia, a bit drunk, approached me first. "You've got some guts coming here," she slurred, loud enough for nearby groups to turn. "After everything you did to Sarah?" I just smiled. "Everything I did? Tell me more." That's when Emma stepped in. My coworker? She'd been quietly gathering her own proof, screenshots of Sarah gloating about her affair in company chats, recordings of her scheming with Ryan to control the narrative. "Actually," Emma said loudly, "I think we'd all like the truth." What followed was like watching a house of cards collapse. Mrs. Ryan timed her entrance perfectly, tablet in hand. The projector accidentally started displaying a slideshow of damning messages and photos. Sarah scrambled to keep her story together, but it was falling apart. The real show, though? Lucas, loyal bro until a better opportunity came along. He'd been recording everything on his phone, planning to show Ryan later to curry favor. Instead, he caught Sarah's full meltdown. "You think you're so smart," she shrieked at me. "You and that vindictive old hag trying to ruin everything I've earned. Ryan loves me. We're building a life together." That's when Mrs. Ryan dropped the final bomb. Divorce papers, already filed. Ryan had fed Sarah the same empty promises he'd given others. Same playbook, different player. The best part? I barely spoke. I just watched years of lies unravel in real time. Lily, who'd been silent all night, finally spoke up. "I helped her," she admitted to the hushed room. "I helped her ruin that other guy's reputation. I can't do it again." By midnight, the gala was over. Sarah stormed out, makeup smeared. Ryan was holed up with HR. Our friends who'd believed her couldn't meet my eyes. As I left, Mrs. Ryan grabbed my arm. "Thank you," she said, "for not running." I drove back to my motel feeling oddly at peace. Tom was still up, watching late-night TV. He saw my expression and grinned. "Good night?" "You could say that." This morning, my phone's been buzzing again. Different vibe now. Apologies, excuses, people swearing they never bought Sarah's lies. Even got a message from Nathan, the guy who left town. He's been following everything through mutual contacts. Sometimes karma just needs a stage. This is it. The end of this wild ride. You might want to buckle up for this one. The fallout from the gala was bigger than anyone expected. Within 48 hours, Ryan and Sarah were both asked to resign. But that was just the start. Mrs. Ryan's evidence? It went deeper than I thought. Every falsified expense report Ryan used to cover his business dinners with Sarah, every email where they schemed against colleagues, every rigged performance review. She handed it all to the board. The company's legal team moved fast, more worried about workplace harassment and financial misconduct than the affair itself. Both Ryan and Sarah are now facing civil lawsuits. But here's the twist. Nathan, the guy who left town, came back, and he brought proof. Documents, screenshots, everything from the smear campaign Sarah and Ryan ran against him. He just hadn't known what to do with it until now. Mrs. Ryan connected him with her attorney. 3 days later, he filed his own lawsuit. Then others started coming forward. Former employees with their own stories, their own evidence. One scandal turned into a tidal wave. Sarah tried to get ahead of it with a tearful video, claiming she was the victim, manipulated by Ryan and now unfairly targeted. That's when Lily stepped up. She posted their private chats. Sarah gloating about her schemes, mocking her targets. Last week, Sarah showed up at my motel. Tom called me at work. "That girl you mentioned? She's causing a scene in the lot." I took my time getting back. Found her sitting on my car, makeup running, clutching a folder. "I have dirt on everyone," she hissed, trying to sound menacing despite her trembling voice. "Help me stop." "This, or I'll leak it all," I laughed. "Go ahead. Burn every bridge you've got. See where it gets you." She shoved the folder at me. Photos, screenshots, messages she'd collected over years as her insurance. I snapped pictures of every page while she watched, then handed it back. "Leak whatever you want. But first, look at where your games have landed you. People like Sarah can't handle their own tactics turned against them." She ripped up the folder right there, screaming about how we'd all pay. Someone recorded it. The video was viral within hours. The final nail? Mrs. Ryan's divorce was finalized yesterday. She got everything. The house, the cars, most of their assets. Ryan's company severance? Eaten up by legal fees. His reputation? Shredded. His career prospects? Good luck with that Google search. Sarah. Word is she's moving back to her parents' place out of state. Her social media's gone silent. Those friends who backed her? They're facing their own fallout. Lucas sent a long apology, claiming he should have been better. I sent him a screenshot of his old messages siding with Sarah. He blocked me, spineless. Mia's scrambling, worried Sarah's insurance might tank her career. I almost feel sorry for her. Almost dot me I just signed a lease on a new place. Landed a promotion at work. Funny how cutting out toxic people clears the way. I'm seeing someone new taking it slow, doing it right. The best revenge isn't scheming or fighting back. It's living well and letting others self-destruct. But I won't lie. Watching it all collapse was pretty damn satisfying. This is my last update. Thanks for following along, Reddit. Remember, karma doesn't need your push. Sometimes you just step back and let people show who they really are.